The Tipton family has a rich history in Nacogdoches. James A. Tipton made his mark by establishing Tipton Ford here in 1959. His family was originally from Pineland. His father, also James Arnold Tipton, worked for a large timber company and was tragically killed in a work-related accident when young James was only 3 years old. Maud Tipton moved her 5 children, including James, to Nacogdoches when he was about 13. Maud was postmaster of SFA Station for more than 30 years. James attended the Nacogdoches Demonstration School and SFA, receiving his BS in Business Administration in 1942. Upon graduating, James became a Marine and rose to the rank of captain. Discharged in 1946, he studied architecture at the University of Texas, left school and moved to Dallas to work for Standard Finance. He was transferred to Beaumont, then worked for Dahl Motor Company. He married Dorothy Smither in 1950. Jimmy was born in 1952 and Nancy in 1954. In 1956, Tipton purchased an Edsel dealership in Orange, Texas. The Edsel business failed and the family moved back to Beaumont. Tipton looked for another dealership to buy. It was likely that contacts in Nacogdoches told him that Mrs. Milton Gray was selling her husband's Ford dealership on West Main. A deal was struck and the Tipton family moved to Nacogdoches in late spring of 1959. Milton Gray had acquired the Ford business from his father-in-law, Duke H. Herbert, whose franchise is said to have been signed by Henry Ford himself. Tipton hired Travis Billingsley as sales manager in the 1960s. He bought Greater Lufkin Ford, naming Billingsley as manager and minority partner. Tipton later bought out Billingsley's interest. James Tipton brought creative, aggressive advertising and promotion to Nacogdoches, according to then radio station owner Bob Dunn. Tipton encouraged test drives on hot summer days by giving away half-gallons of ice cream. Dunn says, once you got your ice cream, you had to hurry straight home and get it into the freezer. That meant you wouldn't stop at any other dealerships after visiting Tipton. Son Jimmy Tipton graduated with a degree in finance from the University of Texas. When Billingsley left, Jimmy became the general manager of the Lufkin store, and by the late 1980s was managing the Nacogdoches dealership. When Jimmy passed away in 2002, his wife Margie ran the dealership for several years. SFA graduate Neil Slayton began working at the dealership as a salesperson in 1994 and became owner and dealer principal in 2007, buying the dealership from Margie Tipton. The company is a major sponsor of SFA Athletics, the SFA Fine Arts Department, Helping House, Heartbeat, the Boys and Girls Club, and every local high school project graduation. Tipton provides 3 $1,000 scholarships each year for FFA members from Nacogdoches County schools. Tipton sponsors the Farm Family of the Year Award and the Chamber's Citizen of the Year Award. They recently landed a Huey helicopter in the dealership's parking lot in cooperation with MIA POW Day. Neil Slayton says the company's real story is the amazing people that work at the dealership. The volunteer hours employees give to their churches, youth sports teams, nonprofit boards, prayer groups, and youth education makes an impact on this community that cannot be measured. Tipton Ford Lincoln is an active member of the Chamber and NEDCO. Margie Tipton served on the Chamber board and as Education Committee Chair. She was the Chamber's 2007 Citizen of the Year, honoring her dedication to the American Red Cross. Neil Slayton is completing a 3-year term on the Chamber board. He chairs NEDCO's Technical Training Center Committee and the Nominating Committee. Slayton has served or is serving as Chamber Membership Services Vice Chair, Business Development Vice Chair, Membership Drive Campaign Chair, Total Resource Campaign Chair, and continues as major sponsor of many events. The Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce is proud to name Tipton Ford as a Gary Justice Business Excellence Awardee and as its 2011 Large Business of the Year.
Way ahead of schedule, so I figured I'd talk for about 30 minutes. And I brought a couple of people with me to fight off Betty when she comes up here to get me off stage. You know, I thought it was very important to ask some of the folks that were here tonight from the dealership to come up here and receive this award with me, because this award isn't mine. It belongs to everyone who is an employee, a coworker at Tipton Ford, and everybody who has been and will be. You know, one of the main questions I've been asked since I bought the dealership is, why didn't I change the name? And some of you out here have asked me that. And you can see from that video and you can see from all the people up here that that dealership's name has a lot of names. And the names of the people here in this row and the people who have worked at the dealership, they're really the history and the name behind that dealership, not mine. And and in a lot of cases, not even the Tiptons. Now, we owe a lot to the Tipton family, and we invited both Margie and Nancy and asked them to be here, and for various reasons they couldn't be. But the history of Tipton Ford is deeply entwined with the history of Nacogdoches, not only in the past, but also going forward in the future. And I'll tell you, you hear my radio ads, and some of you like them, and some of you don't. But when what was that for? But you know, when I say at the end that I want to be your car dealership, or be your car dealer, we really mean it. And we mean it for more reasons than just selling you something and making a profit. There are people here on the stage that wake up every morning, and they certainly come to work and they get paid to do it. But they enjoy serving you. They enjoy doing what's right, and they enjoy being excellent at what they do. So when we say we want to be your car dealer, we mean it. And we want to do that year in and year out and continue to give back to this community, which I believe to be an amazing community with lots of opportunity for businesses of all sizes. So thank you so much for honoring us with this award. And we really hope that we live up to this. Gary Justice was certainly a friend of mine, and you look at the list of the other folks who have won this award, and we've got a lot to do. And this award is certainly recognition that we're doing some things right, but we challenge you to continue to remind us of the things that you desire in a car dealership, in a business, and in people that live in your community. So please be a part of that with us, and please help us grow. And maybe I'll put my name on the next one we get. Okay. One last thing, and then I'll get off, Betty. I promise to you. You know, the Lord has been immensely kind and generous to me, and primarily through the people that He's put in my path in my life. And I would be remiss in taking an award such as this and not giving a lot of credit to my wife, Mary. So, thank you.